Oh, Well, welcome to the June 2025 IGC, the paper 2 question 20. Hopefully you've had a go at the question, you've marked it, and you've realised you want us to see how it's done to make sure you get marks. Right, it's a bounds question, and you had the picture. My questions don't have the pictures, but we will draw them just to make it clearer, because I think sometimes drawing a picture helps you understand what's going on. So I have a rectangle, A, B, C, D, and inside is a square. And you want to work out the area, the shaded area, which is the bit inside. So it's to do with working out the big, and it's about the bounds. Right, A to B is 11.5. That has been rounded to 0.5. So when we're going to work out the area interval, we're going to divide that by 2 and then add that. So that becomes 11.75, because that's 0.25, because we've added it. Then we're going to take it, so that becomes 11.25. Right, BC, that distance there, is 9.2, and that's two significant figures. So 0.1 divided by 2 gives me 0.05. So I'm going to add it, then I'm going to take it. So I'm just going to make this bigger so you can see it, because the other one is 4.1. The square has a side length of 4.1, and that is two significant figures. 0.1 divided by 2 is 0.05. So that gives me 4.15 and 4.05. Right, we want the biggest area that's shaded, so that will be the biggest rectangle, take away the smallest square. So the biggest rectangle area, big rectangle, will be 11.5 times by 9.25, and when we do that on a calculator, it gives us 108.6875. So we've now got the biggest rectangle. So we now also need to take away the smallest square, which is going to be 4.05 squared. Do that on our calculator, and we get 16.425. So we're going to do the numbers to take it away. Make sure it's clearly marked that you're taking away, because it is a mark for that. Worked out, done. And that gives us 92.285. Right, so now that's the biggest. So now we need to work out the lowest. So you need the small rectangle, smallest rectangle, which is going to be the minimum, which is 11.25. So it's by 9.15. Write the calculation down, put it on our calculator. It gives me 102.9375. We want the biggest square. So that's 4.15 squared. Do that on my calculator, and that gives me 17.2225. Moving down the page, it's a lot of working on this question. So the smallest area will be 102.9375. Take the 17.225, which gives me 85.715. Now the question, if you look at it, it says to a suitable accuracy. This is the bit that lots of people struggle with, because that is the bit when they round to the same number. So if we work from left, that would round to 90. That would round to 90. That would round to 92. That would round to 86. So it has to be when it rounds to the same. So it rounds when it is 90, and the dimensions were in centimetres, so it is 90 centimetres squared. Right, now we're going to have a go on the we do question, and I'm going to talk you through it. Hopefully I'm going to talk you through a bit slower. There's a couple of people who said that I'm not asking you to give you enough time to pause. Right, so first thing I would do, I notice in a GCSE question you may have done, is do a sketch. So let's just do a sketch to make sure we know what we're looking at. You do your sketch, I will make mine appear. Right. Something like that. The question says AB is 84, and that is the nearest 0.2 centimetres. So write 84. Work out your upper and lower bounds. It was rounded to 0.2. 0.2 divided by 2 is 0.1. So you should have had 8 and 8.4. Work out your upper and lower bounds for BC. Should have that. Now, what am I going to ask you to work out? What do you need to work out now, looking at the question? Yes, the side of the square, the bound on the square. Work out the bound for your square. So you should have that. Now, you've got the bounds you need. Now, what did I do next? Can you remember what I did next? Well, I'm talking about the rectangle. So I want the biggest area and the smallest area for the shaded. So I'm going to work out, yes, the biggest area of the rectangle. Work out write your calculation and your answer for your biggest area of the rectangle. Hopefully you have that. If I've got the biggest rectangle and I'm working out the maximum grey shaded, I need the smallest square. Work out the area of your smallest square. How do I work out the area of the shaded with those two? Correct, you take it away. Work that out. So that is biggest. What we're going to do now, correct, to work out the smallest rectangle. Write your calculation down. Work it out. Remember, you can slow this down or speed this up if I'm going too fast or too slow. You've got the biggest area. What do you need? Smallest area of the rectangle. What do I need now for the square? Correct, the biggest square. Work that out. I'm just going to go and underline that because I know I need to come back to that. How do I work out the area that's shaded, the smallest area that's shaded with those two numbers? Write the calculation down. Work it out. Right. Now, it says in question to a suitable degree of accuracy, so that is when they round to the same number. 44 point something rounds to 40, 41 point something rounds to 40. So they both round to the same. 44.0 rounds to 44. 41.3 rounds to 41. So that doesn't. So what is the suitable degree of accuracy? 40. Now that doesn't really help you when it's a lot different to your numbers, but that is how the question is written. Well done. Thank you for revising. Now go and have a look at the other two questions on the website to practice